Hi guys, it's me, Dimension Battles, and I'm going to be showing you all Henry lore. That's right, I've been wanting to do this Henry lore whole entire story thing for so long. If you guys don't remember, Henry is the weakest card in the game. A set 1 card, I think. Yeah, definitely set 1. A really old card that I made a long time ago, and I've been dying to make lore for him. I just been this idea nagging me in the back of my head that I knew I've been wanting to do for a while. So Henry is a stage 1 common line type with 100 power and 100 defense, and his text says, "Who are you?" So he's the weakest card in the game, so of course we have to make lore for him. It makes total sense. So here we go. Here's the entire story of Henry. So Henry starts out as a normal guy, right? Living his ordinary life, but he ends up wanting more with his life. You know, he's so generic, so he ends up looking for different creatures or people or any challenges to battle, which is why his text says, "Who are you?" Because, you know, he's wondering who the person is that he's taking on. Let me just lower my camera a little bit, because he's wondering who the person is that he's battling. So first off, the first person he runs into is Dragon. You like the way I put it there? It's like he's pointing at it. It worked out well. So he fights many different creatures in order to grow stronger. At first, he tries to take them on, but he loses, and it doesn't work out the greatest. But after a while, he gets more and more skilled. He was able to train and become more powerful. I didn't know who I wanted to show for training or becoming more powerful. I was thinking about, like, which card I wanted to show, you know, for, like, you know, getting more powerful. Let me just grab them. For getting more powerful and training, you know, because it's like, what should I show, right? It's a little bit hard to decide. But I guess something that could work for it. I don't know for sure if it... I don't really know, okay? I could say he was training with someone. I had another idea where he found, like, a vase that gave him magically, all of a sudden, gave him powers that made him really powerful. So maybe let's go with that, okay? He found a vase that gave him powers, and it made him very powerful, and he could take on any creature he wanted, even Dragon. So he went down taking on creatures. Some human, some good, some bad. Either way, he managed to defeat them all. But then he noticed something. His greatest challenger. Throughout his entire journey, he felt like he was being watched, but he didn't know what was watching him. And it turned out to be the Flame Hunter. The infamous hunter. All the hunters are very powerful, but Flame Hunter was one of the more feared ones because of his power. I mean, all hunters have powers, but he's just one of the feared ones. And basically, he didn't know what to do against him. So what he ended up doing is he tried to defeat him, okay? Let me go grab this very quickly. So in order to defeat him, he had to team up. And in order to team up, he had to team up with Sweet, Mellow, and the twins. And together, by forming S'more, they were actually able to defeat the Flame Hunter. The Flame Hunter cowered in fear and was reduced into a mere fire. You see the way? You see how clever I made this? I'm making lore because fire is how you summon those 3 cards to summon S'more. Oh my gosh, I'm so clever. I'm kidding. I sound so full of myself, but I thought it was clever, okay? Anyways, so with Flame Hunter defeated, Henry feels victorious. He feels like he can take on anyone. But little did he know, when Flame Hunter was destroyed, he actually sent out a distress signal to his ruler, the Fire Queen. Years pass, and that's why the Fire Queen has gray hair, because at first she wasn't too old, but then years pass and Henry gets older. Let me show the next picture right over here. Henry becomes older, and he becomes the question mark prince. That's right. Henry is actually the question mark prince, which may seem a little bit confusing, but that's what we're going with, okay? Henry gets older, and he becomes the question mark prince, the leader of the question mark people. He's become so confident in battle that he's ready to lead people now, and he can take down anyone, including the Fire Queen. So, the question mark prince's queen decided to ordered the question mark prince to take down the Fire Queen, so no one could stand in his way. But the Fire Queen wasn't going down without a fight. It summons Volcandron and Fire Warrior in training, the 2 closest people to her, to battle question mark prince. Question mark prince was able to take them down, but it was very close. He was badly injured during the fight. With Fire Queen no longer in her position as the queen of the fire people, question mark prince had nothing else to do. So in the meantime, all the fire people abandoned him, but he had an entire kingdom that was all led to his, with a mixture of different elements and different types of creatures. There were, unknown creatures. There were also light types, dark types. Let me check them out. Metal types, all sorts of different creatures that had from different backgrounds and all that, different types. There was basically no order, and it was complete chaos while Henry was injured. So time grew on, and all the stress of running a kingdom and recovering from injuries got to him, and his hair turned gray, which is why Prince's hair is gray. And as the king, because now he's the king, he wanted to seem older, so he decided to dye his hair, which is why we have his dyed hair right over here. And that leads up to the newest card. So now that Fire Queen is gone, and Prince, or aka Henry, is now in charge. He's no longer a prince, but he's the king, because no one else is there to rule at all. I mean, you would think maybe it went to the Queen. She could have become the king of the queen of this kingdom also, but she wanted her son to, you know, mature. Not really mature, but she wanted her son to be able to rule his own area. Kind of a goofy guy, and when he does, he becomes a bit more serious. He seems really cocky here because he's ready for battle, but he becomes the brand new card, which this entire lore video has been leading up to. And that new card that we have for the Henry thing, which is Henry lore, is Future Henry. That's right, I made a future card for Henry, which I think is hilarious. So Future Henry is a stage 1 with still 100 power and 100 defense, and he's still a light type, but now his new effect says, one summon, you can select one stage 3 or less creature on the field and take control of it. This card cannot be attacked while that creature is on the field. So because Future Henry is so powerful now, any of the different creatures that he recruited, or he can take control of them, and because he rules them. So how it works is you can take control of an opponent's creature. I want it to be like, even though he's weak, he now has so many people that'll protect him and stuff. He's getting allies, loyal subjects that'll sacrifice themselves for him now that he's king. If you guys don't remember how Future card works, I made a whole video on it. Basically, you pay a token and play it on top of the old one. So this one's called Henry. Future Henry, you can play on top of him. And if he would be destroyed, he leaves the field, but this one stays behind. So it wouldn't be like, you know, he's gone or whatever, you know, because it's so hard to get both of them on the field. So you can only run 2 copies of a card, so definitely 2 copies of Henry would be a necessity. And that's about... Oh, I forgot to say one thing. I was going to describe something else. He has this green shirt here. You can still see his shirt over there. But that light color of lime green is actually dead. So I had to mix yellow and green to make it and made this ugly color right here. And I was like, what am I going to say about that? So I could just say, because he went through this entire adventure, his shirt became faded. Which is the whole idea that I had to make this lore video. It's just because I thought of the shirt being faded. And that's why I made the lore. Which sounds ridiculous, but, you know, it's okay. You guys got a lore video, which so many of you have been asking for. And he has a little cape and a crown and this royal seat. And the seat of the color of the seat is gold, which is how I got the idea to make him Princess in between form. And that's why it's gold, cuts remnants from his previous life as Prince. So hopefully you guys did like this lore video. It took a while to make and think of. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. And for more videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Bye, guys.